Good morning, Desert Edge. Welcome to Sting Time. I'm your Student Body Activities Director, Jordan Lakin.
And I'm your Student Body Vice President, Billy Miller.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Thank you. Now it's time for DETV.
Coming up on today's show, we look at one DE staff member who drops mad beats in his free time.
And our Desert Edge thespians return home with honors.
All that and more is coming up on today's show. Hello, Desert Edge. Today is Monday, January 27th. I'm Bradley.
And I'm Aravia. Welcome back to DETV in the new year of 2020.
It's great to be back on air.
It sure is, Bradley, and we have a great show today. But first, let's see what's cooking for lunch in the cafeteria today. Today's hot lunch choice is Chef's Choice. Guess it's a surprise for all of us. I sure hope the chef chooses something good.
You're right, Aravia. Although our cafeteria workers always do their best to dish out some good food. But now, it's time to dish out some daily trivia with today's question of the day.
Since February is almost upon us, we have a February-based question. Since 1970, February has been dedicated to studying a particular type of history. What is it?
That's a tough one, Aravia. I'll be thinking about it during the show.
We'll have the answer at the end of the show.
Now let's move on to today's announcements. Agua Fria High School District is hosting their annual STEM event, STEMCon 9.0. The event is for students who can compete in science, technology, engineering, and math competitions. The event will take place at Canyon View High School on Thursday, February 20th. Students who are interested in participating in this year's STEMCon should see Mr. Hogan in C3. Girls State are summer leaderships and citizen programs, sponsored by the American Legion and American Legion Auxiliary for the high school juniors. The search for junior girls to represent DEHS at Girls State is going on now. Teachers who have any students that they feel would be great representatives should send names to Miss Bethel.
This year's annual Community Career Classic and Career Fair is an event that allows students the opportunity to learn and hear about various career options presented by people in the local community. The fair is on Friday, March 6th. In addition to the Community Career Classic, during Power Hour there will be a career fair in the courtyard where students will have the chance to explore different companies and job opportunities post-graduation. There will be a media organization meeting in C7 during the second half of Power Hour. We will be discussing upcoming competitions, so all members are required to attend.
This past Saturday, DE's thespian troupe represented at the first ever Western Arizona Festival of Theater at EMCC. They competed in 13 events and walked away with 8 superior rankings and 2 excellent rankings plus 1 first place in the Tech Theater Challenge. Congrats to Janina Katz, Dylan Auer, Michaela Advert, Taylor Olivia, Nicholas Garcia, Nicholas Peguero, Carlos Gonzalez, Grace Hinshaw, Marquise Portis, Alfredo Ramos, and Melina Montano winning the superior ranking. Today's Monday, and that means it's time for our weekly feature story.
We all love our awesome DE teachers, but we have some great support staff as well.
That's right, Olivia. Our paraprofessionals play an important role in our school.
Today's feature looks at one paraprofessional that not only is an awesome part of our school, but also has a pretty interesting career.
DE is full of potential when it comes down to music, art, and creative expression. But one DE teacher is deeply ingrained into the music world as well as a DJ and an artist.
My name is Latoski Adams.
Through the duration of those 10 years, he's bumped into mainstream names and well-known artists in different genres.
From Semino to Damian Marley, just a bunch.
He's also done many live gigs and performances. What's the number, you ask?
Possibly 60 to 70.
In the midst of the interview, we got curious to see what his setup was and how he can create his sounds.
So I have a Pioneer DJ controller and I use a regular Windows computer. It's not about the equipment, it's about the amount of effort you put into making the material.
Many artists have gained influence from their favorite artist or a family member that drew them into rapping. Yet Mr. Adams went the more sophisticated route.
I went to school for mass communications with the emphasis on radio and television. So I had my own radio show and I ran the radio station at the college. And that's what got me into it. I started by interviewing different players and the who's who of the college campus, and then integrated the mixing and the music with that also.
Reporting for DETV, I'm Scam.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Moving on from music to sports, Blaine Bishop is in the studio with all the latest DE sports news.
What's going on?
Thanks, guys. Let's start off with soccer. The varsity men's soccer team has been working tirelessly this season and continue to work hard, grow, fight through adversity, develop chemistry, and get better each and every week. This week, the team begins regional matches for the last 4 games of the season. The team's current record is 8 wins, 0 losses, 1 tie, and the team is ranked 7th in the state's 4A division. There are 2 home games remaining, Thursday, January 30th versus Cactus at 6 p.m. and senior night match on February 10th versus Deer Valley at 6 p.m. Be sure to come out and support the team's final push towards playoffs and senior night. Just a reminder for all you fans of America's pastime, the baseball club will meet Friday in A7 during the first half of Power Hour. Coach Gardner and some athletes represented Desert Edge High School at the 2020 Arizona High School Weightlifting Championship this Saturday and brought home a trophy for DE. Congratulations to all those that competed in the Arizona High School Weightlifting Championship. 2 DE competitions had special honors with Ivan Vasquez placing 2nd in his weight class and Matthew Omana, who earned his title of state champion in his weight class. For more information on Arizona High School weightlifting, please see www.azweightlifting.org. So it was a pretty eventful weekend for our Scorpion athletes. Back to you.
Moment in history.
Thanks for that, Blaine.
Okay, moving on to something more serious. Von Hopridge is in the studio now with the somber moment from history.
Fun?
Thanks, guys. Today we look back to 1945 as we look to the liberation of one of the world's most deadly facilities, the Auschwitz death camp. Auschwitz was built by Nazi Germany in 1941. The camp was debatably the most notorious death camp of them all, and after 4 years, the Germans would proceed to kill over 1 million people in this camp alone. This was until troops from the Soviet Union, which is now modern-day Russia, freed all the people that were in the camp. Though many prisoners would be evacuated from Auschwitz to another death camp, the liberation of the camp was most certainly a huge blow to the Nazis that changed the tide of the war. That's it for me. Back to you.
Well, I've had some time to think about today's question of the day. The question was, what kind of history is the month of February dedicated to?
And the answer is Black history. Since 1970, the month of February has been dedicated to Black history in order to bring more awareness to the history of African Americans in the United States. That does it for today.
Remember, you can send us requests, suggestions, story ideas, and announcements to detv2012@gmail.com.
Until next time, I'm Bradley Downs.
And I'm Aravia Nickens. Have a great day, Scorpions.